So folks, the trailer for Venom The Last Dance is out, and as I mentioned earlier, it looks like this movie will be bigger and more ambitious than we thought. Some people are picking up on the idea that Knull, the God of Symbiotes, might be the main villain in the final Venom movie. In any case, the co-creator of Knull has even talked about it after reading the script. He said this movie is going to be much bigger than people can imagine. He also hinted that something huge happening with Venom and Knull. So without further ado, let's break it down, what we know and what we are kind of assuming is going to happen. Before that, make sure to subscribe. I'm sure you guys, you've been supporting me perfectly in the past couple of videos. It's been a pleasure. I hope you like this kind of video also, and if you are a fan of this content, make sure to subscribe because I'm trying to do my best and keep you all updated about any news which is out there. So let's do this. Many fans expected Knull to show up because he's a big part of comics in terms of Venom comics. Basically, he's a creator of symbiotes including Venom, and he's an ancient powerful villain. In the comics, Knull controls all the symbiotes and fought major characters like Thor and Silver Surfer because of how important Knull is. Some fans were disappointed that we didn't see him earlier basically in the Venom movies, but now it looks like he might finally appear. Donny Cates recently tweeted about how excited he is that a character he created, Knull, is fighting Venom, a character created by Todd McFarlane. He said the movie is going to be so much bigger and more ambitious than we think. That makes sense because Knull isn't just a regular villain, he is a cosmic, god-like character who has the power and controls entire armies of symbiotes. This means Venom will have faced something much bigger than anything he's ever dealt with before. Now I know symbiote to wanna follow. It's like creator of symbiotes, so he knows way more and he can do way more than the rest of those villains. There's also a new report from Express at the Cosmic Circus saying that Knull won't just be in this one movie. He's too big of a villain, as I mentioned earlier, to be used once and then forgotten. This makes sense because Knull is such a major part of Marvel universe, and it would be strange to only use him in one movie if Venom doesn't defeat him. In The Last Dance, we might see Knull in future Marvel project, possibly even crossing over into MCU. Speaking of crossovers, it looks like Venom might finally be crossing into MCU, as I mentioned in my previous videos. There's been talk about how Marvel Studio wanted to make grounded story-level story for Spider-Man 4, but Sony has been pushing for Spider-Man 4 to be more multiverse story, something big like No Way Home. And this could be why Venom and Knull are going to be in MCU. The reporters suggest that by the end of Venom The Last Dance, we must see Venom cross into the MCU, setting up possible team up between Tom Hardy's Venom and Tom Holland's Spider-Man. We already saw hints of this in Spider-Man No Way Home. Venom appeared in the post-credit scene. That was a clear sign that Marvel and Sony are planning something bigger with these characters. But in comics, Venom and Spider-Man have a long story, and Venom even plays a role in Secret Wars, which is one of the Marvel's biggest comics events. It's possible that Marvel is setting up something similar in the movies, with Spider-Man getting the black symbiote suit and eventually fighting Knull. But how could Venom and Spider-Man stand a chance against Knull? In the comics, Knull is incredibly powerful. He killed Celestials, commands armies of symbiotes. He even made the symbiote dragons call like something like Xenophage. He's not a villain that Venom and Spider-Man could beat easily. Some fans think that The Last Dance Venom won't be able to defeat Knull on his own, which could lead him to team up with Spider-Man and flee another universe like the MCU. Knull follows the Venom into MCU. This could be set up for a major story where Spider-Man and Venom have teamed up to stop him. We're already seeing Marvel and Sony are working on together to bigger project, but this could be a start of something very huge for both of the universes. Now some fans are wondering if this means Sony is starting to work more closely with Marvel. For years, Sony has been trying to build their own Spider-Man universe without actually using Spider-Man. Movies like Morbius and Madame Web haven't been really successful. I mean, it wasn't at all basically. And it seems like Sony is starting to realize that their Spider-Man universe isn't working without Spider-Man himself. That's why it makes sense for them to bring Venom into MCU, where they can make bigger, more successful movies with Marvel's help. If this is the last solo Venom movie, it might be a sign that Sony is taking a break from their Spider-Man universe. They could be regrouping and planning to start fresh with new Spider-Man universe that actually includes Spider-Man. Some people think that the Sony Spider-Man universe already has a Spider-Man Spider-Man, but it hasn't appeared yet. Possible that Sony is waiting for a right time to introduce him, and teaming up with Marvel could be a big part of plan. In the end, Venom: The Last Dance, shaping up the key movie for both Sony and Marvel, with the Knull as a main villain, and possibly with Venom crossing over into MCU. This movie could be set up something very big and like some major events in the Marvel universe. That was it. I don't know, like I'm just kind of feeling good about this. The fact that Sony is trying to deal with Marvel and Marvel is kind of handling stuff as well. This is some big and good news for both fans and companies. So I hope like this video. I don't know, like if you know anything that I didn't mention, make sure to mention in the comments. Just comment below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. See you next time.
What is that?
1300 AD, they called this man the hero from the sky. He was prophesied to have destroyed the evil.